Hey, it's Mike Barnes with the SEO Alien, and I want to talk to you about Google Plus Local. For one reason in particular, it is the fastest way that you're going to get to the top of Google search engines. Now, you can pay per click, but I'm going to show you in this presentation where creating a free Google Plus Local page will do just as much for you for free as getting a AdSense ad on Google. But let's walk through this and you can see for yourself. Okay, let's start with part one, which is just understanding Google Plus Local. First, if you don't know it already, Google Places has been replaced by Google Plus Local. And there are two different pages compared to your brand page. Now, really you have three pages. You have your personal Google Plus page, then you can have a Google brand page, and then you can have a Google local page. Now, a lot of people are confused. They think a Google brand page and a Google local page are the same. They're not. They are two separate pages. So here, for example, is the Meatball Shop out of New York, and this is their brand page. And if you look at it, there's nothing here. If you click About, there's a map, there's a telephone number, and a map over to their right. But really, they haven't done anything with their brand page. But their Google Plus local page is a totally different story. So if you did a search on Google Plus for the Meatball Shop, there they are right there. In fact, if you just Googled the Meatball Shop, you're going to see that their Google Plus page is right at the top of the search engines. But here's the difference. You can upload photos, videos, a lot of different things. There's virtual tours that you can even add as well. But just take a look at some of these. What you want to do is you want to encourage people to follow you. It gets more shares, gets more viral. People can write a review, and people can also view your map. Now, that map is mobile ready, so if people are searching from their mobile devices, it gives them navigation directly to your location. You also want to encourage people to +1 it. Again, that's going to help its ranking in the search engines, and plus its visibility when other people do +1 it. So encourage people to +1 your Google Plus page. Some of the benefits of Google Local is you can display your hours, your location with a map, photos and videos. People can write reviews, and again, it's mobile friendly. And when it comes to writing reviews, when you go to click it, I'm logged in under my name here, and you'll see that it is my name that this review is going to go under, so people know it's me and it's a real person. The only disadvantage to this, well, if you want to call it a disadvantage, is reviews can only come from Google Plus users. So there's some motive here why Google's doing this. First, users do not have to be logged in to Google Plus to view the Google local page. The big benefit is reviews are indexed by Google, so you really want to encourage people to write reviews, but at the same time, if they're not a Google Plus member, they won't be able to. So why is this? Well, Google's got its motives again, and they're pretty clear about it. And basically, it means if I'm a business owner and I want to get some Google reviews, I need to also make sure that they are signed up for Google Plus. So Google's making it where people have to sign up for Google Plus in order to do that. Of course, that's a benefit for them as well to get more members. Well, then this brings up another question. Is SEO dead? I mean, it's all we have to do is just do a business review and boom, we're at the top of the page, or do a Google Plus local page. No, it's not dead. It's changed. SEO has changed, and it is a little bit different. You have local SEO and you have business listing optimization, which is like the Google Plus. SEO companies are seldom going to do everything you need to do for a Google Plus local optimization. But that's really, a lot of that's going to be left up to you. And keep in mind that Google does put more value on those pages than SEO efforts. So it's a really good place to start for people that want to get at the top of the search engines. So let's just do a couple searches here. Italian restaurants in Tampa, Florida. There's paid advertising. So you can pay for it, or you can get Google Plus Local. Both are great benefits. Both put you right at the top of the search. So who really needs Google Pages? Well, every local business. Consider it the new Yellow Pages. But there are, of course, some that will need it more than others. Now, when you're thinking about who needs it, think about non-brand specific. Like, for example, Coca-Cola is a brand. When you walk into a store, you already made that buying decision. Kellogg's, things like that. Those are brands that you already basically made a decision. But what about things like when you need them, you're going to get on Google and do a search. There's things like when you're moving, or self-storage, or emergency services, carpet cleaners, air conditioning. For example, your air conditioning goes out. You want to call somebody to fix that air conditioning. Same thing with plumbers. If you have a leak, you need to get someone there to fix it. So you get on Google and you do a search for local plumbers, dentists, lawyers. This is excellent for restaurants, retail stores, even real estate agents. So part 2 is, what is the value of a Google local page? Well, let's put this into perspective for you. Let's take a look at self-storage. Now, this is self-storage in Pennsylvania, and you're going to notice that there's a paid ad, Ideal Self-Storage, and right underneath that is a Google Plus local. They write reviews and everything else on there, which is cool. But what I'm trying to make here is the comparison between the paid and the free Google Plus local. So let's take a look at Google AdWords and how much you'd be spending for like a keyword like self-storage Pennsylvania, self-storage PA. Okay, so let's see. Self-storage PA has roughly 6,600 searches, local searches per month, and the approximate cost per click is $6.68. And you can do your own search, and you need to log in with your Google Gmail account in order to see the estimated cost per click by just going to adwords.google.com. So let's put some value to this. The keyword is self-storage PA, roughly 66 local monthly searches at $6.69 per click. Well, let's say you have a 20% click-through ratio, and that's a pretty good estimate for top-ranked results. That's 1,320 clicks per month. So you're looking at a rank value of $8,838 just for a Google Plus page. Crazy, huh? But again, that's only one key phrase, and everybody wants to optimize for more than one key phrase. Well, again, you can do that with a Google Plus page as well. Tampa Plumber. Here's another one. Ironically, Tampa Plumber has the same amount of searches as Self-Storage PA at 6,600, but the cost is significantly different. It's $16.06 approximately for a cost per click. So let's put a value on Tampa Plumber. 6,600 local searches, $16.09 a click. And let's say for Tampa Plumber we only have a 10% click-through ratio. That's 660 clicks a month, but that's $10,619 for that value of that ad, or the value of your Google Plus local page is $10,619. And again, that's only one key phrase. And there's tons of key phrases for Tampa plumbers that you'd want to optimize yourself for, and you can do all this with a Google Plus page. Other impacts that are going to help your Google Plus local page, well, there's a few variables we'll talk about. Number one, make sure that you have an address in the searched city. So if you're a suburb of Tampa and that's where your business is, use the suburb of Tampa. Don't use Tampa, and you'll get much better results. Complete and proper categories. Make sure when you're doing your Google Plus page that you complete it as best that you can. Don't leave anything blank. The other factor is the domain authority of your website, how Google looks at it. For example, page rank, how many backlinks it has, how long you've had that domain name. Those are all factors. And make sure that the city and state are in the Google Plus local title that you create. Also, a big factor is the number of customer reviews that you have. Google is going to give you much more attention if you have more reviews, and that's simply because they want more Google Plus users, and they give you credit for that by giving you a little bit of oomph. And make sure that your local area code is somewhere in the description that you use on your Google Plus page, in the actual article description that you place. And don't stop there. Constantly build profiles. And here's a page. You might want to pause it here and write some of these down, but these are huge. and they all create really good backlinks to your website and will help your overall page rank, which we just talked about a second ago. 3 other keys is when you're building profiles, don't use any auto-submitting programs. Don't do it too quickly. Submit them over time. My suggestion is just do 1 or 2 a week. Google knows if you're doing it too fast, and especially if you're using automated software, because they know no human could possibly submit to 50 sites in 10 minutes. So they will penalize you for that. So do it slowly, manually submit over time. Also, bookmark everything that you do. You research sites like StumbleUpon, Delicious, Digo, Folked, Pinterest. Scoop It is another good one. So every time that you do a review or you create a profile, bookmark it. Create YouTube videos. Big deal here is when you create YouTube videos. Obviously Google loves that, but they're also one of the most searched things on the internet is YouTube videos. So if you'd like to have instructions, step-by-step instructions on how to do this, you can go to our sister site at mobilereadyteam.com and click the link in the middle that says Local Mobile Marketing, and you can download a PDF that goes through all the steps that you need to create a Google Plus local page.